The MG Show. What real independent journalism looks like.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the MG Show, where the truth is learned, never told. We always just try to figure stuff out together right here on the MG Show. I got my partner in justice. Wow, Shady Groove. Welcome deep behind enemy lines.
Welcome to you, sir. It looks like Florida and the rest of the Southeast is starting to warm up a bit. I hear that you're getting above freezing out there. Iguanas are climbing back up the tree. What's going on?
Yeah, they're freaking out.
Oh, that's good.
The iguanas, the falling iguanas. It was funny. Somebody I know actually went out and covered the iguana up with a blanket. And then checked on him yesterday because it got above 50 degrees. And she's like, oh, the eyes are open and the tail's there. And then all of a sudden it flung out of there. The iguana. I thought
you were going to say then made stew.
Iguana stew. Wow. Guys, I just had a wow kind of moment. Like, that's a coincidence, I'm sure. I mean, let's just go through that because I want to just show you guys a coincidence that I noticed. Did anyone else notice that on January 28th, 2026, President Trump posted that video exposing General Flynn, Sidney Powell, and others, Patrick Byrne, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, all the people that just need to shut up and let the president cook, right? Remember
Correct.
that? Okay.
I do.
That was on the 28th of January. So then on January 29th, Ed Martin posted a picture of him and Sidney Powell.
I saw that.
There it is. Okay. And then, just on February 2nd, Ed Martin removed from the role as weaponization czar at the Justice Department. Has anybody noticed that is quite the coinky dink?
I noticed that.
Huh. Things that make you go,
Yes. Things that make you go, And then guess what was the next layer? The next layer is we went and we took a little journey over to read the feeds of people like Alex Jones and Ann Vandersteel and Ivan Ranklin. And oh boy, Jeff is the Chicken Little just scrambling over there. The sky is falling, the doom and gloom. Ed Martin he's the only guy in there that could take down the deep state. That's what they told me. They literally told me that last night. Now listen, I'm reading what they're saying and I'm taking them for their word. They're telling me that this Ed Martin guy was the linchpin now. So now, Jeff, this is what's happened. The linchpin has been pulled out of MAGA. The trailer is disconnected from the tractor. We're all aflutter. No one's gonna make it.
Wow. Wow. So who is Ed Martin? I don't know who that is, says Paula. Paula, Ed Martin used to be head of, what is it? Flynn's, the Phyllis Schlafly Eagles, the Eagle Forum. Okay. He was in the 2024 RNC platform. He was also CEO of Flynn's charity.
One of them, I can't remember if it was him, but he also had connections with some of the stuff with Patrick Byrne. Effectively, this guy, Ed Martin, was one of the only people out of everybody Trump picked. The two of us went,
yeah.
Everybody else we were good with pretty much, except for this guy. We knew that he was complete and total Flynnian. And then he started bringing Alex Jones down. He brought Alex Jones down and took a picture with Alex Jones. And now he's taking pictures with Sidney Powell and all these people. And so then they take that picture and then they go out and message, oh, we've got the super secret insider intel on Donald Trump. Well, guess what? That just ended.
Oh, no, we're doomed. We're not going to make it. So the whole Flynn network is all like freaking out, Shady. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I was trying to portray, yes.
Wow. So the deep state, like Ann Vandersteel, Ivan Raiklin, they're all worried because Ed Martin is now removed from the weaponization.
And Ivan Raiklin doesn't know how to do a pull-up.
Yeah. Christendom Defender says, be ready. We're always ready, friend. We're ready. Thank you very much. And I love you in the chat, by the way. Thank you. And there are two Eds. Yeah, there's Ed Martin, the one that we're talking about, who
is not Boo Edge.
Yeah. We got him. This is the Ed Martin that we know. And that, okay, so then today, did you see what Ed Martin posted today?
I did.
He posted a weird picture with him and Donald Trump.
I know.
Weird, huh?
Because it seems like these people have this thing in their mind. They think that the only thing that matters about anything is an optic.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that matters other than the perception. Like reality doesn't matter. What matters is what people think reality is.
Yeah. So these are the same people screaming at quote unquote scam Blondie. Okay. Yep. These are the people attacking Harmeet Dillon. These are the people that are attacking Kash Patel side-handedly through another part of their tentacles of their network, guys. These are the people that just need to STF up and let Trump cook. Here is the picture right here. Look at this picture. If a picture is 1,000 words, look at the handshake he's got. And Ed Martin's like, oh, interesting, isn't it?
But it's interesting that he's posting that.
Yeah,
because you see what happens is whenever you're within the network starts to like build you up. It's like, it's like a tire pump, like a bicycle pump. They're like, oh man, no, Ed Martin, whoa, whoa. And then they all start posting about you. Then you start to inflate. You start to like blow up like a balloon, and the next thing you know, you got to like counter message the president.
This is Eagle Ed Martin. Gabby.
Yes. Are we having a discussion about that?
Yeah. So this is not Eagle Ed. Yes, it is. It is. This is the
Eagle
guy.
Ed
We
Martin.
know who we're talking about. Believe us.
It is him.
I mean, don't believe us. Go ahead and look it up yourself because it is important.
You can prove us wrong. We'd love it.
Yeah, exactly right. And this is him. This is Ed Martin because you got let's see, Ed Martin. There he is, and there he is. I mean, let's see if it looks like the same guy. Yeah, it looks like the same guy.
Oh wait, dude, you got.
Oh wait, this is on his Ed Martin DOJ account too. Eagles fly. Oh, it's not the same guy.
You didn't do any of the facial recognition. You didn't do any of the AI tools. You didn't bring in any of the surveillance or the forensic stuff.
Yeah,
You're just going to say that?
Yeah.
You didn't even measure from the nose to the ear.
Yeah. Wow. So, did anyone else notice that Flynn was exposed along with Sidney Powell? Ed Martin the next morning, trying to make it look good, posted, "Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you?" with Sidney Powell. Okay. And then on February 22nd, that was on 29th, and on February 2nd, maybe the 1st, Ed Martin was relieved from weaponization of the czar committee at the Justice Department. I'm sure it's all coincidence, guys. I
would have read this a little bit like, oh, okay, well, they're just taking him off of this and he's not a part of this anymore, but he's doing that or whatever. But these guys, you see, they read it different. The Vandersteels, they read it like, dude, they read it like, oh, everything is lost. Alex Jones literally said that there's, we can't take down the deep state because we don't have Ed Martin. So their reaction tells me that he has been removed from the position that they so cherished because he was their only line in left.
Exactly right. And by the way, Shady, I was also correct. Oh my gosh. And guys,
that.
Oh boy,
boy, here we go.
No, you
want
know
me to debunk? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, debunk me.
No, I don't want to do that.
No, go ahead, do it.
No, and
go ahead, do it.
No, you have to present something first.
Go ahead, do it. No, debunk me first.
Well, see, I only do that when we're off camera.
What did I say yesterday, Shady, about Brendan Dilley? And Bongino, you better be very careful of Brendan Dilley. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I tell you,
we're always wrong until we're right, Shady.
Yes, sir. And I'm not going to be able to debunk this.
Are you going to debunk it?
No, sir.
All right, so let's go to Roger Stone. Okay, remember, this audience knows, and if you're new to this audience, welcome.
And by the way, that's a good point. Some people may be new, and they may not know that Roger Stone lies.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying.
And he was fired by President Trump, too.
It might turn out to be a review day of some of that.
So Roger Stone retweeted Brendan Dilley yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We said on this show yesterday that it was, Brendan Dilley is running the narrative, right? To control the narrative about Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We know that General Flynn, Roger Stone, Dilley were all part of the network.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm actually trying to find the post. Did I have it here, Shady? Hang on one second.
Yes, you did. It was right there.
Was it?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Let me post it in here. Okay.
You were looking at the wrong file cabinet.
It's all right.
You're good.
I don't care because it's for the show and I'm doing things, so here's what I want to show you. This is Brendan Dilley, okay, because Roger Stone hates this guy, Steve Bannon. Okay, and he's hated him for years, all right, for what, probably competition, I don't know. But Brendan Dilley, not even 24 hours later, this fat, drunken piece of crap looks absolutely retarded again. Steve Bannon is a dirtbag. Roger Stone reposted, okay? Got that?
Yep.
What did I say yesterday? I said yesterday that Brendan Dilley is running the narrative. He's controlling the narrative, okay? Let me just bring this up here, Shady Group.
We need to control the narrative. Yes, General Flynn is bad, but not Roger Stone.
Okay, do you like that?
I do.
Let me just play it one more time.
Okay.
We need to control the narrative. Yes, General Flynn is bad, but not Roger Stone.
So the reason why I say that, and I'm going to back it up with we feel that and by the way, this is Dilley with his, and thank you, Bonster, by the way. This is Dilley with his Proud Boys shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After J6.
Yep. Again, Proud Boys, Recruiters of the Year. All right. Very interesting. So we know that our theory with proof to back it up, but we have to say allege, okay? Because we allege that Roger Stone, General Flynn, Charles Flynn, Proud Boys, Oath Keepers did the violence at January 6th, according to Roger Stone's own movie.
And to the video evidence of who the people were that were actually doing violence and interfacing on the ground at the moment of impact with law enforcement.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, crap. Dilley and the Proud Boys. So you guys remember the thread that we did, right? Let me just, why did Roger Stone feel that he needed a pardon after January 6th?
Mm-hmm. Huh? After he'd already had one, let's make sure we're clear. Roger Stone had already gotten his pardon. He was already cleared of all the nonsense where they arrested him, and he was remember when they arrested him, he happened to be wearing a shirt that said Roger Stone did nothing wrong. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was all over.
Brendan Dilley is working with Stone to control the Flynn narrative. That's why he blocked you again. And that's why I've stayed blocked, because they know that we'd figure it out.
And he's also blocking out all of the people that are mentioning anything about it. So any of our people that I've already noticed this, I'd say a few of you can attest to this. They blocked out people that are trying to explain to him things that are going on with Roger Stone. Well, he blocks you if he can connect you at all to this show or to Q in general.
Yep. Here we go.
Never been fully activated until now. General, I think this is important, though. From a positioning point of view, having him say count every vote and having us say stop the count, the optics of that are terrible. Our slogan should be count every legal ballot. Count every legal ballot.
Okay.
Much better messaging, more positive.
It's to General Flynn he's talking to.
I mean, you know what? You've got great social media following. Get out there and say it.
This is called A Storm Foretold, guys, okay? This is Roger Stone's own movie. And after Stone was snubbed from speaking on J6, he watches from his hotel, okay? We watched Stone watches the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys on the front lines. Who else was on the front lines? We've got, Boone Cutler, okay, who is no longer with us. All right. We've got Boone Cutler again. We've got Brian Gamble right here, and I-70 Tim, and then this guy, too. I can't remember his name, but he's another one, waving people into the Capitol. This is, oh, boy, I'm telling you guys, when Stone saw that there were gunshots, he fled D.C., and then this is a Stone asking for a pardon for January 6th. Why would he need it?
And hang on before you.
Stone was afraid his involvement with Stop the Steal was about to get him arrested again and was writing the president for help.
You can read that, see what you think. I'm going to take a quick shower. Don't go through the drawers, okay?
He was asking for a second pardon, this time even before he had been charged, presenting it as part of an elaborate plan to save the entire Trump movement.
Huh. And then
he views it as a plan to try to save the Trump movement. I'd like to just make this clarification there because of the psychology of this stuff is very, very important. The guy that's doing the video thinks that Roger Stone is working with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
See? Roger Stone knows.
In fact, the director of the video, when I called him out on that, I got blocked.
Correct. So Roger Stone knows that the director thinks that. Okay? So understand how Roger Stone is playing the director. You see, like the director is not like they're like, oh, he's out of the loop also because he's in the dark, understanding that Roger Stone's connection with Donald Trump at this point isn't really, he doesn't understand that until Trump refuses to pick him up outside the hotel later. You see? So this is going on in real time. And Stone is communicating with Flynn. That's who he's communicating with, guys. So that's who their operators on the ground are. Anyone ever says, oh, get us all the ex-military, all these. This is what they're doing. And right now, what's happening is Roger Stone is trying to use Brendan Dilley and the Dilley meme team to separate himself from Flynn because he knows the whole Flynn cult boat is sinking. He sees it sinking. And so he's trying to stay over here in his lane with InfoWars and separate it all so that he can be on the right side whenever Flynn ship goes down.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. So there's your Brendan Dilley and Dan Bongino. You better watch out. Okay. First of all, Dilley is a foul mouth. I can't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we swear every now and again. It happens, but it's like every other word. I can't listen to him. He did get the meme team. It wasn't him that did the video. It was the meme team. And I love the Dilley meme team. Don't get me wrong. I don't even have any ill will with Dilley. He blocks me because he knows that we would figure this out. I guarantee you. Now, with his aspect on Q, he didn't really follow Q, but he grifted off it. You saw, he's got a hat with a Q plus. He sold hats with Q, okay? He grifted. That's what you call a grifter. He didn't believe in Q, but he grifted off of it. I and Shady followed and reported on Q, okay? And pretty accurately as well, once we found out how to really, who was who, right? Instead of the whole campaign on trying to make General Flynn look like a hero on all these fake Q influencers. When people talk down about QAnon, that's who they're talking about. They're not talking about actual Q. They're just talking about what these fake Q influencers gave the mainstream media to make me, you, and Q look bad.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Well, that's part of it because you take something that you understand and you pretend like you don't understand it so that you can dismiss it. You can't dismiss those drops. You can't dismiss I was going back through a few of them last night as I was looking through. Actually, I was searching a key phrase. And what I ran into was so interesting about all the stuff during COVID. And I went back to the page and I started just reading them in order, like, what was coming out in 2020 whenever they were trying to set the pandemic on us. And Q was showing us the documentation taking COVID all the way back to 2000, explaining how they initiated it, explaining what they were planning on doing with it. So a lot of this stuff that's interesting now is coming out in the Epstein files now that this Bill Gates stuff is out. You're starting to see these correlations, specific correlations. It's not all out yet. And I'm working on a couple things between what Q was posting and what was known to be true by Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein and the way that they were communicating about how you're going to control the population with a pandemic. These things were real live conversations that they were having in the background, and Q was exposing that stuff in real time that we were reading. So you can dismiss it all you want, and you can call it names, you could say Q retards or whatever you want. But I'll tell you right now, this audience, I guarantee you, every single person that's listening to our voices understands that they have a hard time listening to anybody else tell them what's going on.
Yeah. Real quick, guys, thank you very much for T. Brian B. Tulsi to Congress. My presence was requested by the president. Boom. See? We told you. Thank you, T. Brian B. And who was disparaging Tulsi? Dilley.
Dilley and a number of other people. I mean, I actually was looking through what Scott McMahon was doing last night, and I just like, you're wrong, dude.
Yep, you're wrong. Rev Rob, and I'm not saying anything bad about Scott. I like him. He allowed us to come on his show, tell our story, but I think he's wrong in this aspect, and that's okay. As men, we can disagree, correct?
I'm going to be on Team Tulsi. I'm going to say, this is my theory, I'm going to say that the reason that Roger Stone and Dilley are teaming up against Tulsi is because whatever connections that Tulsi had, she was given an ultimatum. You're either going to disassociate or you're going to be gone. So she disassociated. So what would that do? That makes them mad. So all of a sudden, what? Something's wrong with Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah. Rev Rob tipped via the Rumble wallet. We got $17 of gold tether, Shady Groove.
I like it like that.
Lisa, 17 Blair, you're late today? Oh, good thing you got this tardy slip. $17 Rumble rant. Thank you. Good to see you. Wow. So anyways, wanted to just kind of just let you know that I was right, Shady, because when I saw Roger Stone post Dilley about Bannon, not to say that I like either of those people, this is a psychological operation. There's people saying, well, he likes Trump. Do you think they really like Trump going after Tulsi Gabbard? That's Trump's pick, okay? This is what we're trying to say. Let the man cook. Let Trump cook, Shady.
I have a hard time believing that Roger Stone doesn't like Flynn or doesn't like Bannon, and I have a hard time believing that they're not all kind of on a team separating the teams. Yeah. Okay, they do this all the time. Think about it like this: General Flynn and Stanley McChrystal. Those two people want you to believe that they had some sort of massive falling out and that they're completely different spectrums, considering the fact that their families are linked inevitably through the military. One, he's a mentor to Charlie, whatever. Within a year of the Flynn network being created, within a year in Stanley McChrystal's kitchen, he's out there acting like, that he is a Republican. So you got to understand the timeline here. Within a year of him saying, Comey is my best friend, a great friend, Jim Comey, within a year, he is out there acting like he is a Republican for any Republican candidate that might win the primary. Okay. It didn't matter which one it was. It was all set up beforehand. And if you can't see that clear as day from the perspective that we're looking at, I don't really understand how to help you. But this is exactly what Stanley McChrystal and General Flynn did. We're currently seeing Roger Stone do. He did it with Bannon. Now he's currently doing it with Flynn. Now we're seeing the Bannon and Epstein were like college roommates. I mean, the way these two are talking back and forth, it's like pillow talk.
Yeah. It is. Oh, you want to do pillow talk again, Shady?
Yeah, let's do that. Just we can do it as long as you don't start the show with it.
Cram, thank you so much. 2 subscriptions. You rock, brother. Thank you. G Brothers, a subscription as well. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you.
You guys like us hyperventilating about this all the time?
And isn't it funny that they all, Agent Miami makes a good, isn't it funny that they all crap on Q?
Yes.
Including Dilley when Trump is Q+?
That's right. That's exactly right. And Dilley knows that. See, that's the thing about it. Dilley knows that Trump is Q+. He was here. Praying Medic was on his. Those two were doing shows like every day. Medic was promoting his show all the time. He was reading the Q drops, and he was like, making his merchandise, his whole. He was nobody before he started talking about Q. Then he got a visit from the FBI after J6. Then he moved to Georgia. Then he started attacking me specifically. Then he blocked me, blocked Jeff. And that happened, 3-4 years ago. Then he unblocked us, and now all this. So,
we lost Facebook.
Dilly-dally.
We lost Facebook. And, Shady, let me just, because we need sauce. I mean, look at, there's Dilley. Q+ 2020, okay? Pretty interesting, okay?
Q-tards. If you bring the Q-tard stuff up here, I'll block you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you grifted off of it.
He got his show. He has his show because of Q. And I'll admit that we have our show because of Q.
Yeah.
Like we decided to report on it and to do this together. Say, oh my God, let's see what Donald Trump's going to do. And then it was fun to talk about these things. And then all of a sudden we became targets. And then we became ostracized. And then we became correct about everything.
Imagine that. Effectual insurrection. The left is so bright they videotape their own crimes on the internet. Roger Stone, Mike Flynn, Don Lemon, Georgia Fort, etc. Thank you so much. I
love watching this. I love Democrat criminals having the ability to film themselves in public. That's a great thing.
Leon 11. Glad to share this journey with you, and we're glad you're here today as well. So we lost Facebook, huh? I wonder why that is.
Probably because you mentioned Bannon, Flynn, Stone,
Q,
and Dilley in the same sentence.
Oh, they didn't like my meme. Did you guys like my meme? Can I play it again?
I liked your meme.
Can I play
maybe
that
the
again?
meme was copyright content. I think Roger Stone claimed copyright on that. That's what happened, bro.
Here you go. Check it out.
We need to control the narrative. Yes, General Flynn is bad, but not Roger Stone.
I love that meme, Shady. All right, let's get this done and over with. We got this one right here, Shady Grill. Let me just read this one. So we got it. We got, they can freeze your accounts, guys.
No.
Shut off your cards. Lock you out of your own money overnight. Banks don't protect you. They control you. That is why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You can own Tether Gold, real gold on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you can get direct ownership, physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This isn't an IOU. This is real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional markets are closed. And if you want, Tether Gold can be redeemed for physical gold. That's power, guys. And when you support creators on Rumble, like this guy's YouTube, you can directly use that Rumble wallet peer-to-peer and outside the banking system. You can tip us directly, and we get 100%. No permissions, no middleman, no cancel button. This wallet is yours forever.
Man, I want to articulate a inspirational message. Give me a minute and a half. You ready? What an amazing time. What an amazing time to be alive whenever the American ingenuity, the American spirit, the American journey takes a turn for the better. What a time to be alive for each of us get to see something that none of us thought we'd ever see. Do you understand that? Let's take our minds out of the gutter of conspiracy for just a moment, and let's look around. Let's look at the game board. And let's look at how this game board has changed. Let's look at how this game board has changed for the better. Can we talk about that? I know that we're sitting here, we're combating these idiots 24/7. And I feel like, what we're trying to do is we're trying to deliver to you the most specific, clean version of what it is that's really going on as we can possibly figure out before we come to air every day. But I'd like to just set that aside for a moment to talk directly to each and every one of the people that are out there that listen to us and to think that this stuff is important. The reason that you listen to this show and think that this stuff is important is because you believe at the center of you in something that a lot of people around you don't. And that is America. And I know that you think, oh, no, these people do not believe in America. You are not going to convince me that people that can take their mob and enter a peaceful assembly in a church would not realize that the reality that those people that are in that church are doing something that is sacred, something that was deemed sacred by the American revolutionaries. Every single one of those dudes that got up and fought way back when, even if they were not a Christian, they were fighting for your right to worship the way that you chose to. And we're still here today, 250 years later, and these people are targeting you, and they tell you what they're doing, and you've got to listen to them. You've got to take them seriously. These communist, Marxist things do not kid around, and they're not making light of a situation to be funny. They're doing this because they sense weakness on your part. They sense you're weak. They sense that they can invade your area as they scream and yell about safe spaces and all this other nonsense. They feel emboldened. The reason is because of the media. And the reason that Q is relevant is because Q said something that no one had ever said to you ever before in your entire life. No one had ever said the fake news is the enemy of we the people. Q said that to you. Q changed your mind. Q distracted you from the BS and brought you into a conversation that said, hey, wait a minute. We have the ability to fight for our country, because at the core of what we believe is we believe that people should have the right to peacefully assemble no matter where they peacefully assemble, and nobody's got the right to bother them doing it, no matter what they're doing. So all of us together have decided that we're going to stand up and be the lobbyist for America. And I really do feel like that's what we're doing here, Jeff. I honestly feel like that I am reporting and researching and doing journalism, but at the end of the day, I'm an advocate for this country. I'm an advocate for every single man that died, every single man and woman that bled and died for this country, no matter where it happened in the world. I'm an advocate for their life and for our future. And these other people are advocating, including Alex Jones and Roger Stone and all these people. They're advocating for rule or ruin. They're advocating for the demise of the American way so that their opportunity is at the forefront, not your life or your peacefulness.
Yeah. Well said, bro.
Thank you.
Wow. Got chills. But, that's all I wanted is the truth, JD. Like, all I wanted was the truth.
I love you guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving a shit.
Yeah. I mean, really, thank you. I mean, they've wanted to take us down for 7 years, Shady.
This has been
2019.
This has been a hell of a slog. I wish I could explain how tough this has been to stay on the air. I wish I could explain that to you.
Yeah.
In words. It doesn't work.
And we can't thank you guys enough, too. Like our audience, Shady. That's who did it. Thank you.
That's exactly who did it. They believed in us, man. They believed that we were doing what we said we were doing, and I hope that we come here every day and we hit the mark.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we do. Shady Groove, we got activist DC judge Shady blocks the Trump administration for ending temporary protective status for 350,000 Haitians 15 plus years after the earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Wow. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
No longer need temporary protective status, guys.
Feel about that one.
I think it's a whole lot of word salad. I think it is a lawless and naked activism from the bench. It looks like we will be bringing this to the Supreme Court. We believe we will be vindicated. Dana, this is a program, temporary protected status, that is designed to be temporary. Haitians were given temporary protected status 15 years ago because of an earthquake. That shouldn't be happening. This can't be de facto amnesty in this program. That's not what it was designed to be. With the Trump administration, what President Trump and Secretary Noem are actually bringing integrity back into the system. And we also have to look at the vast amount of abuses that have happened under TPS.
Feel about that one.
And that's Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant DHS Secretary, Homeland Security Assistant Secretary. Now, we know all about Haiti because Q posted about it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting too about, what are natural disasters good for? They open the ports and allow people to come into, they can traffic them. So are these 350,000 Haitians, have they been trafficked by the Clinton administration and Hillary and Bill specifically?
It's a good question, sir.
Interesting, right?
Sure is. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable, really, what it is. The whole thing. And the complacency also in the media. The media is acting like they care about these things only when it fits their tiny little crumb of a corner of spin.
Yeah. And the Clinton Foundation. That's right. Effectual insurrection. Absolutely. And who was in charge of the Haiti? What was it? Haiti operation. General Flynn wrote the papers for the Haiti operation, guys. Wow.
And Brian Cates will tell you that that's fake. What he'll say.
I just said what he'd say. So we got that, guys, and you got a lot of happening. The highest poll numbers are out there for President Trump that he's ever received. People are liking a strong and powerful country, Shady Groove, with the best economy ever. I know a lot of you are saying, well, it's not the best economy ever. It's coming, okay? It's macroeconomics takes a while to get to think of a fire hose, okay? We've got a fire hose of great economy coming. Right now, it's right here, okay? And it's just a small stream. But as it keeps going downstream, per se, the water spreads out to you, and it'll only take time. The economy is, in fact, poised to be the best economy, even better than the first administration.
You want me to share a perfect example of why you can, or how we can prove that? Something else that has never happened in your life just happened. Every day it seems like we come here on the air and we report something that you're experiencing today that has never happened before. Remember, just last week, Jeff, we were reporting that never since the creation of the FBI, remember the FBI was created very beginning, like 1908, has the homicide rate been this low? Isn't that interesting? The FBI couldn't get the homicide rate down, but this FBI did. Now let's think about, so what's going on now? Oh, wait, how's the economy? What had just happened that's never happened before in the American economy in your lifetime? Rent prices for apartments just went down.
Yeah.
That's never happened. That's never happened since any of you have been an adult. I guarantee it. It's always gone up. Every single year, it's always gone up. So this is the marker one, Jeff, and what you were just talking about, the perfect explanation of how as it rises, it has to cover more ground, right? As the river comes up, okay, it's not just coming up in the same channel, it's spreading out. Okay, so the river is currently spreading out, and apartment rentals are going down. And the reason is because there's not as many illegals here trying to rent them. We're sending the illegals home. That means the market started to normalize. So the great economy that we're talking about, that Jeff is mentioning, that is it's right there. All the economists are going to doom and gloom you to death, and they're not going to notice it. And that is a massive, massive marker that rent prices have now started to tumble.
Yeah, Mike Hess is saying silver's back to 90 again this morning. That's great. Wow. Unbelievable. And, I think you're seeing the dollar will be getting stronger as well, and they don't like that, Shady.
No, they absolutely don't like that. As a matter of fact, remember we had the big thing in gold. Gold just went up to like 56 and then dropped back down to like 46. Well, the interesting thing is all the people that had retreated to gold that ran the price up. Well, guess what they did? Well, they saw who Trump picked for the Fed chair, and then they went back to the dollar. You see, they're like, oh no, we don't know who. Oh, they're making all this fuss about the Fed chair. So everybody's trying to retreat to gold. And then all of a sudden he announces the Fed chair. The people like it, who he's picking. And then they're also, okay. And then they get back into the dollar. You can easily see these things if you pay attention to the minutia. But these guys on the other side of the aisle here that are pretending to be MAGA, they don't want you seeing the winning. I promise you, they're trying to distract you from the winning that Trump is doing.
Yeah, they really are. And, keep you in this like weird rabbit hole of bull crap. Like I saw this picture that everybody's circling saying, oh, look at Mandami knows Jeff. That's not Mandami, guys.
It's not.
There was somebody on True Social that said, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that, so I deleted it. Absolutely. We need to put it in AI, guys. If you see something, put it in there, see what it says. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. I get that. But a lot of times you'll find that you're just looking at clickbait. People trying to like make something of nothing.
Another one that you could maybe mention was the bail thing. It was bank.
No, it was actually account.
Yeah.
That's what it was supposed to say, account, and then the account number. But because of the poor scan quality, it said BAAL.
Right. Yeah, and everybody says, "Oh, this is," so everybody takes that and weaponize it. So effectively, this isn't. This isn't people like seeing things and getting it wrong. This is people seeing things and knowing the truth, but then they weaponize it anyway against you for clicks, and they put it out there like they think these things, like they're pretending like they really think these things. That's a big part of the InfoWars operation type scam.
Shady, I got a question. I see somebody in here. Is this my Dave Clayput? Is this D Clayput? Is this my dude? Bro. Wow. We got somebody in chat, D Clayput. I hope it's you. Prayers for your brother, Mike. I know, I grew up with Dave in St. Charles. I broke my arm, and his mom helped me, and he helped me, and we've gone through a lot together. We even raced cars, and he's amazing, dude. Dave,
you have a childhood friend here?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
None of my childhood friends ever come to see me.
That's him. Yeah, Dave.
No way.
I can see the picture now. That's you on your bike, bro. He lives on the Gulf of America side. We're very close. I mean, we're just come on over, take a ride across the state. Maybe we hook up sometime soon, Dave. It's been amazing, but what a journey. And it's been an honor knowing you and your brother and your family, your dad. He was my soccer coach. His dad was my soccer coach, Shady.
Is this the guy that could tell me stories?
Oh, no.
No.
I don't
know if you were being honest with me right there. I'm going to have to do some digging.
Yeah,
God bless you, sir, for being here. How are we doing? Are you enjoying the broadcast? How's Jeff looking?
He's saying thumbs up and hearts, man. Thank you so much, Dave. Wow. That's great, man. Thank you very much. And I see John Wilson's been commenting, Norgard. We got a lot of my friends in St. Charles actually, watching this show and from St. Charles, I should say. And thank you very much, Dave. Great to see you in the chat here, man. Wow. Somebody get him a red castle.
Yeah.
He's naked. Man. Wow. I mean, and I noticed that Dave, the picture of your brother getting that medal, that was General Flynn standing there. I
think you've told me about that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was General Flynn, Dave. And turns out that he's not such a nice guy lately. Not to say that he wasn't a good soldier and all that other stuff, when he was in command. But wow, dude. Just interesting, weird things,
Boy, this life is fun, isn't it?
It's weird.
It's fun.
It is.
It's so fun.
It is fun. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. We got Jerry Nadler. Wait till you see what he says, Shady. You're going to love this. You ready?
Oh, no. We got the Nads showing up?
Yo, check it out. Ready?
No.
The tax cuts on millionaires and billionaires enacted over the last 10 years. But what is really the major problem in this country today is the fascism in our streets. The attacks on American citizens by masked hoodlums. If you were attacked by a masked person, you might think you were being kidnapped. You'd be justified in shooting the person to protect yourself. But we see people being shot for what? For driving a car? We see people, the ICE goons break into people's homes without a warrant.
They don't need a warrant.
Drag out a man, an American citizen, in his underwear without even permitting him in the snow, without even permitting him to get dressed. This is the major problem we have today, along with the attack on our elections. We saw it last week.
So essentially, he's saying it's okay to shoot ICE goons, Shady.
Boy, oh boy, sitting there in Congress.
Uh-huh.
Remember, let's not forget that this guy will tell you that there's no such thing as Antifa.
Yeah, there's no such. What's that?
No such thing. Meanwhile, I live in Oregon, and I promise you, these people that think that they're Antifa, they really do think they're Antifa. No matter what Jerry Nadler says, they really think it, and they are acting on it. And right there, you have him weaponizing government for political points against law enforcement. You know what you're not allowed to have if you're an illegal alien, Jeff?
A pew pew?
firearm. That is correct. If you are if you're illegal here and you have a firearm, that right there is 20 years. Okay. Yeah. You understand that. So this guy is saying, oh, here, all you illegals, the only way you're going to stop ICE from taking you is to shoot them. So effectively, if one of these illegals were to defend themselves and try to stop themselves from being deported by shooting an ICE agent, that person will be captured, and that person will be, the rest of their life is ruined. Instead of them just going home, they could have just went home whenever they were being captured. No matter what disgusting type of creep you are, you get to go home as opposed to go to an American prison. By the way, we learned that yesterday with Dan Bongino, that Donald Trump has initiated this idea that, no, we're not keeping these people. If they're not giving us any information, we're getting them rid of them. We're sending them home. They can do with them whatever they wish. I 100% agree with that. So effectively, think about what Jerry Nadler's saying to these illegals. They could take a check right now, Jeff, for $2,600. Did you know that? They're paying illegals $2,600 to leave right now. You get a plane ticket at $2,600, and then you walk into the airport and just leave. And instead of that, that's Jerry Nadler could say that. Instead of that, he says, go out and pick up a firearm and fight ICE. Yeah. This is not good.
Welcome to the No Borders, pro-pedo, destroy ICE socialist movement, the Antifa arm of the Democrat Party. Dark to light. And also, ZFM here, Z4 FM says the AZ AG also said it's okay to pew ICE.
All that.
Yeah. Wow. This is the kind of narrative, like, Congress should not put up with that. That guy. So what people don't understand, there's 400 plus laws on the books, Mr. Nadler, that says that ICE can do exactly what they're doing today. They can even, if they have an investigation, they can go into a home without a warrant in the traditional ways. People don't understand that this is immigration enforcement. And without ICE to enforce immigration, you might as well have no borders. Okay? Let me finish my rant real quick. But go ahead, because I forgot.
I'm so sorry.
I had a good one coming.
I'm so sorry. I did think
I get round up. Oh, you're good. But I guess what I was going to say, Shady, is this. You might as well not have a border. You might as well not realize that ICE is picking up pedophiles. ICE is picking up criminals. And you don't need a warrant to go get those people. If the states just gave us their prison population and stopped releasing them into the street, we wouldn't have this issue, Nadler. Shady.
No, that's 100% true. And the only thing I wanted to add to what you were saying there is factual. Is even if they're going into your home, okay, let me explain this to you. You're an American citizen, and an illegal immigrant runs into your house as they're being pursued or just to hang out, and he's inside your house. If the illegal immigrant is inside your house, border enforcement, ICE agents have the authority, if he is the target, to go into your home and get him. No warrant is required. What they can't do is they can't look around to see if you've got a bong sitting in the corner or take note of other things that are inside your house or notice any other criminal behavior that you yourself are doing within your home. They can only go into your home to find, detain, and remove the illegal immigrant. But they do have the right to go into your house, guys. I mean, if they're going after an illegal and if they get it wrong, you as a homeowner have the right to sue the federal government. None of that's going away.
Mm-hmm. All right. So again,
sorry to interrupt.
Grok even understands it, Shady. So this is it. No, ICE does not always need a warrant to arrest or detain somebody, but it depends on the context of what and type of warrant. ICE enforces civil immigration law, not criminal in most cases, which gives them broader authority than the typical police under the Immigration and Nationality Act, the INA. Specifically, Section 287. To make an arrest, and or in many situations, ICE does not need any warrant. They can arrest someone even if they have probable cause or reason to believe that that person has violated immigration laws and may escape before a warrant can be obtained. ICE officers are authorized to make warrantless arrests in certain circumstances, similar to how police can arrest for crimes witnessed or with other probable cause in public. Administrative warrants. ICE owns forms like the Form I-200 or an arrest, I-205 for removal or deportation. These are signed by ICE officials or immigration officers, not a neutral judge. They authorize ICE to arrest and detain non-citizens suspected of immigration violations. ICE often uses these for arrests, but they do not grant authority to enter private spaces like a home or non-public business areas without consent. To enter a home or private non-public areas, ICE needs a judicial warrant signed by a judge from a federal state statute or not an immigration judge to enter without permission. An administrative warrant does not allow forced entry into a residence. Consent from someone with authority or judicial warrant is required. Note, there have been recent reports and memos suggesting ICE has explored or instructed on its using administrative warrants for home entries in some cases, like those with final removal orders, but this remains controversial, contested by advocacy group like the ACLU, who hates America, and conflicts with longstanding guidance that judicial warrants are needed for homes due to the Fourth Amendment. In public spaces like Target, streets, stores, lobbies, no warrant is needed for entry or questioning arrest with sufficient suspicion. Detention after arrest. Once arrested with or without a warrant, ICE can detain the individuals pending immigration proceedings, often without immediate bond in some cases. This is a complex area with some nuances based on location, circumstances, and ongoing legal debates. Rights do apply for everyone in the U.S., including the right to remain silent and ask to see any warrant for personalized advice, consult an immigration attorney. But this is what we're saying, guys. They don't know the law, Shady. These people are acting like they're American citizens. They are not American citizens. They are here illegally.
Also, you see why it's so important that those agents cover their faces?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at what they're doing, because the reason they're so mad about that, remember that these are the people that are saying this that told you to wear a mask.
Yeah.
These are the people that said anybody that wants to put a mask on their face is fine. But whenever ICE starts to do it, then they start to have a problem. Why? Because they want to prosecute them. Because they think that they think that somehow the state can go in. This is their legalese thinking. They think the state can go in and prosecute these people. The state cannot and does not have the authority to prosecute federal agents. That was determined in the Civil War, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to report back to you, but that was the capitulation that was given so that the North and the South could reconvene, was that the federal government had last say over these certain number of issues, immigration being basically the top one next to, the FBI and law enforcement.
That's right. And then you got that, like Billie Eilish at the Grammys has her actual property on indigenous land, a $14 million mansion. Mm-hmm. Is she going to give that up because it's on stolen land? Hold her to it, guys.
Yeah, she should invite the whole tribe in and let them live within the walls of the fort.
Oh, my God.
They basically built a fort. This nutbag's out there talking about American colonialism. They built a fort on Indian land.
I'm telling you guys, we are like, what's right is left, up is down, left is right. Like, it's all an upside down inverted timeline. But if you have the right eyes to see and the knowledge to understand, you see right through these psychological operations every single time, don't you?
It really does become like a little bit of an art, doesn't it? It's like you got to look exactly the right way to see through the spin.
Like, I don't care what these people have to say. They don't represent me.
You want me to go on a rant about like how ridiculous it is that we're spending one 15-minute segment for every single show on Fox to promote Gavin Newsom every day? Like, whether it be Hannity, Ingram, The Five, Gutfeld, all of them do a whole segment about Gavin Newsom as presidential, promotion. I think Fox is running low on cash, Jeff. They've not gotten enough, they're not being able to put all the drug commercials in front of you anymore, because the drug commercials require the drug companies to say what it's going to do to you, so they don't want to put the commercial on anymore. So now Gavin's like, hey man, do me a solid. just put me on the air every single day and see if you can get my campaign off the ground.
And he's a Getty, guys. He's part of the families that own California.
And Fox News is a foreign company.
Mm-hmm.
Tavistock.
Oh boy, here we go, JD.
Boy.
Carol Mack says God gave us discernment. Well, not everybody.
Some people.
we're trying to help that, though, just by questioning and asking questions and learning with each other, guys. I mean, that's what we're doing here, right? I mean,
we're planting discernment seeds.
Yes.
It will grow.
I wanted to be like Johnny Appleseed. My mom said, I want to plant a lot of seeds.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, boy, that's what we're doing. But I didn't think it meant red pill seeds.
I mean, well, we've really kicked off the powers that be from this little corner of the internet. So that's good enough.
I mean, isn't it wild? Little old us.
Little us is just because we wanted to talk to you. We thought this was America. We thought that we could pick up a microphone and just talk to people. No. You got to go through this. You got to go through this military filter if you want to talk to people.
Yeah, exactly. And I still like Jesse. Mike Hess says, I still like watching Jesse because he's an MG show fan. He certainly is. They know exactly who we are. And it's an honor. That was awesome, Shady. We're followed by Jesse Waters. That's cool.
More to come.
Harmeet Dillon followed me the other day, and we'll be right back right after these beautiful boom messages.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, MyPillow mattresses and MyPillow mattress toppers as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets. Regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard MyPillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
Use promo code MGSHOW or call 1-800-873-0478. That's 1-800-873-0478.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20% and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
Fear not, brothers, fear not, sisters. We are not helpless in this fight. The veil is tearing, truth is blistering. Enough must see to bring the light. They hid the shadows, buried the deeds, but the gift is here. Vision we need, illumination burning through the lies they've spun. Their dark actions now on full display, undone. People are waking up in masses, no longer blind, no longer sleeping through the night. Eyes wide open, hearts on fire. The deception crumbles in the blaze of truth's light. Fear not, we rise. Have faith in humanity, have faith in you. Let the light guide us through. Do you think it's coincidence they lock the doors, ban the faithful from the house of the Lord? Anti-American, anti-God agenda in plain sight, trying to kill the spirit, dim the guiding light. One must only look, it's all there to see. The war on freedom, the war on you and me. But chains are breaking, darkness retreats. The people are standing on their God-given feet. People are waking up in masses, no longer blind, no longer slaves to the night. Eyes wide open, hearts on fire. The deception crumbles in the blaze of truth's light. Fear not, we rise. Have faith in humanity, have faith in you. Let the light guide us through. Find peace through prayer, kneel and proclaim this is biblical. We're called by name, the storm may rage, but the dawn is breaking. Trumpets of truth, the sleepers are waking. Fear not, we are not helpless enough. Have seen it's the only way. Vision is ours, illumination stays. Darkness falls as America prays. Let light guide you, let faith be your shield. The republic stands, the awakening is real. Fear not, we rise in his
Welcome back to the MG Show. Shady Groove, welcome back.
Wow. Tough, guys.
That was a good one. I forgot about that
really
one.
Really good.
The Awakening song, Fear Not, suno.com/inthematrix, 3 X's. Go over there, make a playlist, get the app, check it out. Thank you very much. We really, it's fun making these songs too, I tell you. And you guys are doing a great job too. Mikey's out there making it. Scottish Shannon is out there making it with his kilt and the little Alex Jones underneath there. Oh, I think he shaved his Alex. I'm not sure.
I'm not even, you're not getting me curious at all about what you're saying.
Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much for joining and supporting the MG Show. GiveSendGo.com/support or help MG Show. That's that one. You can go to mg.show/donate or support. Donate there. That goes direct. You can use the Rumble wallet. We appreciate that. We can use Rumble as well, but use the browser if you can, because we get 50% taken if you use the Rumble app, and only 20 that we agreed on with Rumble if you do it on the web. Thank you so much. And look at all those red castles. I got to tell you guys, I'm very proud to see a channel with so many supporters with red castles. I go to other Rumble channels. I barely see any in any of them, Shady.
You don't see them. And the funny thing is, those are the ones that have like 50, 60,000 views every single day.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Then there's no comments on the video, and there's nobody in their chat is actually supporting the channel. I just find that interesting. It's nothing. No big deal.
It's probably just a coincidence.
I'm
I just
sure.
refuse to pay for the views that they're doing. That's what they're doing, Shady.
I know. I don't want to buy into the Rumble like program so that my video gets uploaded every single day.
We can't afford it. One.
I wish I could afford it.
It's unethical.
It doesn't represent what I'm doing here, and I understand that other people have a a desire to be popular, not a desire to be accurate.
Yeah. We want accuracy.
I like accuracy. That's why I picked you.
I wrote an article, when I went to college, and it made the college book, because, compassionate capitalism, right? And actually having morals and ethics while being a capitalist. It can be done, guys. Okay. And that's, morals and ethics, Shady. I stand behind that. I won't buy, likes or views. We could, but I don't want to do it.
Listen, like the reason that these people they call themselves Antifa, the reason that they're able to manipulate them is because they have no opportunity, and they don't have, or they perceive themselves as not having any value. Okay. So the moment that you feel like you have no opportunity and that you have no personal value, you will submit yourself to anything, right? And so the reality of the situation is what the founding fathers were trying to engineer in the country was something that was quote unquote free enterprise. But the fallout from that is people taking advantage of a system, right? Mm-hmm. And so the balance, the counterbalance, that was supposed to be the idea of freedom of speech. Freedom of speech didn't mean that you could just like say whatever you wanted to say. Freedom of speech meant that you could publish whatever it was that you discovered to be true about an entity that was taking advantage of the free enterprise system. The press. You're supposed to be the press. Somebody was like, the other day, like, oh, well, you're not really a journalist, talking to a citizen who was in an area where these people were protesting. In America, guys, any one of you is a journalist. In America, in all reality, there's 330 some million journalists that exist. Any single one of you can be a journalist. Any single one of you can report on corruption. Any single one of you can stand up and say, this is what I see going on and it's wrong. That's what your freedom of speech is there to do. That's what the founding fathers intended for the press to do. But as we discussed in the first hour, the fake news media is the enemy of the people. They became that. They weren't the enemy of the people 150 years ago before the Federal Reserve and during the time of the Civil War.
That's right. Ross Pure, thank you so much. Ross Burr, thank you. Cheers for all you guys do. $20 Rumble Rant. Really appreciate that. Shady Groove, we got breaking news with Caroline Leavitt. Leavitt.
Leavitt.
So apparently a U.S. F-35 jet shot down an Iranian drone aggressively approaching the USS Abraham Lincoln.
Well, that's not a good idea for the Iranian drone.
FAFO, check it out.
We have directed energy weapons.
Confirms that a U.S. F-35 fighter jet shot down an Iranian Shahed drone that was making an aggressive approach toward the USS Abraham Lincoln. This on the same day that a couple of Iranian gunboats were threatening a U.S.-flagged tanker in the Gulf of the Persian Gulf, threatening to board it. So what is going on, to the best of your knowledge, and what is the president going to do about what appear to be some threatening moves being made by Iran, even as Steve Witkoff
sounds like he already did it
with the foreign minister Aragchi, either in Oman or Turkey on Friday?
Well, sure, John, and thank you for having me today. I did speak with folks over at the Pentagon this morning who said that CENTCOM acted both appropriately and necessarily to protect our U.S. personnel and equipment in the region. So CENTCOM did make the decision to shoot down that Iranian drone. It was unmanned. It was acting aggressively towards our USS Lincoln, which we know that aircraft carrier is in the region at the direction of President Trump. As for the president, he remains committed to always pursuing diplomacy first. But in order for diplomacy to work, of course, it takes two to tango. You need a willing partner to engage. And so that's something the president and Special Envoy Witkoff are exploring and discussing right now. Special Envoy Witkoff is set to have conversations with the Iranians later this week. Those are still scheduled as of right now. But of course, the president has always a range of options on the table, and that includes the use of military force. The Iranians know that better than anyone. Just look no further than the highly successful Operation Midnight Hammer, which took not just Iran, but the entire world by surprise and completely obliterated their nuclear capabilities earlier last year.
Caroline.
Wow.
Look at the way, did you notice the way that John Roberts tried to frame that?
Yeah.
You see that? You see what they do. This is what they do. They're trying to act like, okay, so because Iran sent a drone to try to attack a U.S. vessel, then all of a sudden the onus is on Trump. Oh, well, what's Donald Trump going to do? It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. This has to do with why did Iran send a drone to molest a U.S. battleship in the Persian Gulf? You don't even bat an eyelash at the idea that that's what they're doing to provoke. You're focused on what it is that's going to be the response by President Trump and how to mischaracterize that.
Yeah.
That guy is a sleazebag.
He's not the one on Epstein's list, right?
No, he's not the one, but it doesn't mean he's not a sleazebag.
Check this out, Shady Groove. Comer hit Hillary and Bill. Check it out.
On the Hillary R. Clinton contempt report. Have all members been recorded who wish to be recorded? Does any member wish to change their vote? Seeing none, the clerk will close the vote and report the vote total.
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 28, the nays are 15, with 1 voting present.
The ayes have it. Pursuant to this vote, the committee hereby favorably reports and adopts this report recommending that the House of Representatives find Hillary R. Clinton in contempt of Congress for refusal to comply with a subpoena duly issued by this committee. We will move the report to the full House. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to...
So that's what happened, and then they let the clock run out, and apparently they are now going to be testifying on February 26th and 27th in front of the House. And they will be deposed on the 26th and 27th of February in the Epstein investigation. They were about to be held in contempt for defying that subpoena. They forced them into compliance with this. No one is above the law, Shady Grove. And Rep. Comer said once it became clear, we would hold them in contempt. The Clintons completely caved and will appear for transcribed, filmed depositions this month. No one is above the law.
Boy, oh boy. I tell you, Jeff, I'm wondering if I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting month. These two, they can't testify. I mean, maybe they say they're going to right now, but the idea that either one of them, I mean, I just think this is going to be an interesting event to watch.
Yeah, very interesting, guys.
Because this is the reason that I feel like. The reason I feel the way that I do about this is because this is not your run-of-the-mill Democrat, Republican, contentious, like, oh, we're going to go defend this person and we're going to go attack this person. Two sides. This is both sides. It's a bipartisan effort to uncover what it is that the associations with the Clintons are in those files. And you're clearly seeing now with everybody, did you know, Jeff, that there's like 200 lawyers that are currently working for the Democrats to try to reseal the Epstein files?
Mm-hmm.
200 attorneys right now, guys, are working behind the scenes for the Democrat lawmakers, effectively, to try to reseal this stuff because so much of it is coming out that they like there's stuff connected to Goldman Sachs. There's stuff connected to JP Morgan, and a number of other major firms that have people that are in place. The Goldman lady, she used to be, she used to be in the government, and then she was in another financial institution, and then she ended up at Goldman. She's directly connected. It looks like she had a sexual relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and she was out there saying 2 months ago that she didn't even know the guy.
Wow. It's Shady. Is that the little ABC report that you have? That you posted about the Dems are... I'm trying to find it.
I think it is.
Here it is. You said the unfolding emergency is Dems caught red-handed?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's play that.
Yep.
Latest now on the Epstein files.
Real quick, Susie Q, thank you both for all you do to keep us informed. Thank you, chat. Keep them coming, bro. Guys, thank you. I said bro. Oh
47 if we're keeping it between the ditches.
Keeping it between. Thank you, guys.
1 million more pages have been released, but some lawmakers say that's not enough, joined by victims who want the courts to protect their privacy.
Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas has the story. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. That massive release sparking new headlines by the hour. And the fallout and pain Jeffrey Epstein has caused his victims is still playing out in real time. Overnight, the survivors calling on 2 New York judges to provide emergency relief and shut down the Epstein Files website immediately after a number of them had their identities exposed. Writing, DOJ committed what may be the single most egregious violation of victim privacy in one day in United States history. DOJ officials say they work to correct any mistakes when they become known.
Every time.
Did he freeze it?
That. But the emergency request includes this quote from a person whose name has never been divulged before, saying, "I've never come forward. I'm now being harassed by the media and others. This is devastating to my life." The documents also raising serious questions about why Jeffrey Epstein was given such leniency after investigators initially uncovered potentially breathtaking criminal activity.
It is just this incredible, deep, visceral level of frustration and disappointment and sadness and grief.
Released for the first time, the original prosecution memo from a DOJ lawyer in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami in 2007, showing that federal authorities had uncovered evidence pointing to the broad scale and depravity of Epstein's molestation and exploitation of girls and young women. According to the memo, FBI agents discovered that Epstein arranged for massage appointments for girls and women ranging in age from 14 to 23 years old, with victims receiving a finder's fee of $200 if they recruited other girls. The memo goes on to warn that Epstein represented a continued danger to the community based on his continued enticement of underage girls. Federal prosecutors initially wanted to charge Epstein with at least 60 felony counts, but in the end, Epstein was offered a deal where he served only 13 months of an 18-month prison sentence on Florida state charges, even allowed to work in his office during weekdays. President Trump's name comes up thousands of times in the Epstein files, mostly in news articles, but also in emails written by Epstein himself. The newly released files also include records of unverified tips to investigators, including some uncorroborated information pertaining to Trump and other high-profile individuals. The two men had a falling out, and the president says he cut off contact with Epstein decades ago. DOJ officials have said the allegations regarding President Trump are false and do not come from credible sources. The new documents are also placing even more scrutiny on men who we've known spent time with Epstein. Among the thousands of new photos released, these never-before-seen images of former Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles last year over his relationship with Epstein. Now seen here, crouched over a young woman, her face redacted, the date and context of the interaction unclear. Representatives for Andrew have not responded to a request for comment, but now the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is calling for Andrew to testify before Congress. Epstein was freed in 2009, and the newly released documents show he continued to communicate with some of the most powerful men in the world. The newly released documents show in 2012 Epstein emailing tech billionaire Elon Musk, allegedly discussing plans for Musk to visit Epstein's private island in the Caribbean. In one email, it appears Musk asked, quote, "What day night will be the wildest party on your island?" Musk says he never went to the island, and this weekend said he has long advocated for the release of files. Epstein had been cozying up to some of the most influential men on the planet since the 1990s. All have denied any wrongdoing and any knowledge of crimes or Epstein targeting children. So much collateral damage to so many, and it's becoming clear that every prominent person who spent time with Epstein is likely regretting it.
You know, it's funny that they show Trump and Epstein, but what about Bill Clinton and Epstein, Shady? Like why didn't they show this one?
I'm actually currently arguing with somebody right now. These people I had to make a response to C-SPAN to put up this dumb video of Ted Lieu oh, Donald Trump is in those files. There's highly disturbing allegations of him raping children. There's thousands of mentions because Epstein is obsessed with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's constantly mentioning him in his dumb emails to everybody that he's talking to. So thousands of mentions of Donald Trump means that Epstein was constantly mentioning him because he's obsessed with Donald Trump because Donald Trump threw his ass out. So he was working with Steve Bannon. Why isn't the news reporting that Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon were working to undermine Donald Trump and to prevent him from being successful as being president. A number of different issues. The two of them are corresponding on after Donald Trump was elected. You guys realize that Bannon and Epstein are talking to each other while Q is posting. You realize that. And everybody's like wanting to focus on, the Epstein was obsessed with Donald Trump. He couldn't get him out of his head. And then when Donald Trump won the presidency, Epstein knew that it was going to be curtained soon. And then within just a few of the posts that started to come out about Q, Epstein was mentioned. And then there's an interesting number of things that are being communicated in the background about that also that the media is not talking about.
Yep. And Christendom Defender makes a great point. The deep state added so many fake papers, guys. Okay?
Yes.
There's fake crap in here. Okay. Do you trust Comey's FBI, Shady?
I do not.
Huh.
And let me just jump in there. Not just Comey's FBI. This is some stuff that has happened since Cash became in there. What happened was a number of people started to go to the FBI and make testimony that was uncorroborated regarding Donald Trump and the Epstein files. And the FBI took in the testimony that turned out to be not true. You see? So they're trying to introduce that as evidence. This is the part of the way, this is why Donald Trump was saying this whole thing is a hoax, is because they're trying to, Democrats and Republicans, the neocon uniparty, are working together to try to tie Donald Trump directly to Epstein and disassociate Epstein from every single other entity, including Bill Gates and the Democrat Party and everybody else that he had associations with, including almost every single Democrat politician. Correct.
17 Patriots for Truth, 5 subscriptions to the MG show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Show. Wow, guys. Just trying to see if I got anything else here.
We didn't really even know what we were talking about today.
What?
And it's like all these people are like, you can't just run. Like, he's going to be able to sue C-SPAN now.
Yeah.
You can't just run out there and promote this stuff. Like they're basically saying that these allegations, okay, there are allegations that we already knew about where this person came out and accused Donald Trump of these terrible things. This person was prosecuted for lying about this stuff. And we already know who it is. And we've already seen it happen. We've talked about it a million times. But because these people see it under a search term, search Trump, read what's there and act like they don't have any other context with it. And then package it up and sell it to you like it's clickbait.
Crazy. Breaking news, Shady Grove. This Department of Justice from AG Pam Bondi stands for life. Yesterday, we secured a key legal win for the pro-life cause. Following strong arguments from our DOJ civil attorneys, which Harmeet is on, Planned Parenthood dropped its own lawsuit against pro-life provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Wow. Specifically, Planned Parenthood took issue with the fact that the One Big Beautiful Bill restricts federal Medicare funding for some major abortion providers. Our legal team did an incredible job presenting the facts. Planned Parenthood might look for another path to pursue this meritless litigation, but they won't find a viable one. We will continue fighting and winning in court to defend President Trump's agenda. We will continue fighting for life.
You know, Jeff, this is something that I haven't talked about, that I'd like to take a moment to talk about the significance of this fight right here with Planned Parenthood and what's going on in America and the shift that we've seen in the last decade. Think about what Trump just did with the Trump accounts. Think about that in connection with the abortion issue. Just think about it. Yeah. Recognize what's going on right now. You're thinking about, like, you know, a woman, women, Democrat, whoever they are, they all like obsess over this stuff with abortion. Now the child isn't a lifelong financial burden because of Trump accounts, because of the idea that that child can have something immediately when it's born that starts to grow with it, and it has something whenever it gets to be 18 years old without doing anything. Think of the value of that. Think of how the inner cities of our country have been devalued over the last 30 to 40 years, and every person, whether they're black, white, or Hispanic, that is on the inner city thinks that their life is worthless and that any child that they may have's life is worthless, as opposed to thinking they're an American and their life is the most valuable out of almost any human life on the planet. Do you realize that an American life is worth more to stand in freedom than other people on the planet, and we devalue that ourselves. We don't recognize the value of ourselves, and we don't stand up for this. And now we have this whole battle that's going on with the Roe versus Wade, and now this fight with Planned Parenthood. What if in the golden age, scarcity in reality is not so pervasive that a huge amount of people on the inner city decide that not having the child is more valuable than having the child. That's all I'll say about that.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
It is. It's extraordinary. Like I want to get all amped up about it because I'm so excited to see the future of America that's built on an America of abundance. Like our forefathers thought we could all have abundance, man. Like if you read what they wrote, they thought that, man, once we're free from the king, everybody has opportunity. And if everybody has opportunity, 90% of the people will take advantage of it for themselves and better themselves. Until they got control of your financial system, it was working perfectly. And that's why Trump is trying to drive you back to that time before the FBI, that time before the Federal Reserve, that time before all of these different things. But the time before, men weren't trying to keep women out of the workplace. Men wanted to provide for their family and their women not have to work. That wasn't the intention. Wasn't the way they sold it to you? Men are trying to keep women out of the workforce, as some sort of like cudgel against them. No, men thought that we could earn enough to where they didn't have to work and they could stay home and take care of the family. And maybe a lot of you won't need a school because we could do that ourselves.
Amazing. And by the way, that principle we played where the lady removed her child from an ICE protest in the state of Washington, that a principal was arrested and the student was expelled.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
They're taking her out anyway, so last laugh.
Yeah.
Shady Griff, the DOJ released thousands of pages, millions of pages of the Epstein files, and buried inside many of them, maybe one of the biggest bombshells that no one is talking about. The blueprint for a 20-year financial architecture designed to turn pandemics into a profit center.
Yes, sir. I was referencing this earlier. Yep.
Offshore vaccine funds, pandemic reassurance. So who did the reassurance? That was Hunter Biden and Metabiota. They did a reinsurance. They did the insurance for, if you get the COVID, you will pay. Guys, it's all here now. It's all connecting. The dots are connecting. It's all connected. So offshore vaccine funds, pandemic reinsurance triggers, donor-advised fund structures designed to profit under the cover of charity. They all have foundations for a reason. Stupid. Simulation programs, career pipelines into pharma and the World Economic Forum, all built before COVID-19, all running through Gates, JP Morgan, Epstein, and others. This is the documents here. This is offshore arm of vaccines right here. Let's just check this out real quick. Let me just get this so I can read this over here like that. There we go. This is the in August 2011, Epstein emailed Mary Erdros, CEO of JP Morgan's $2 trillion asset management division outlining Gates-linked donor advised fund. His instruction, quote, however, we should be ready with an offshore arm, especially for vaccines. The CEO of JP Morgan Asset Management didn't flag compliance. She asked for answers before the 31st. She got them the same night from a convicted sex offender. The offshore arm email. And here it is to Jess Staley, JP Morgan, guys. Offshore arm, especially for vaccines, right here. Also, real quick, the quiet part out loud, same month, same email chain. Epstein writes to Staley and in Edros saying, quote, the tension is making money from charitable org. Therefore, the money-making parts need to be at arm's length. The architect for this structure, convicted of sex crimes against minors, this guy, is explicitly acknowledging that the vehicle is designed to generate profit under legal cover of charity. Wow.
Exactly like what we said, isn't it?
It's kind of like exactly what we said. This is the other one. Pandemic is an investment category. In May 2017, 3 years before COVID, Boris Nikolic, Bill Gates' chief science and technology advisor, emails Epstein and Gates about donor-advised funds and writes, it might be a great path forward for some key areas such as energy, pandemic, etc. Pandemic listed like energy, a standing investment vertical, not an emergency, a portfolio strategy. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Then this one here, January 2017, an iMessage thread from Epstein's phone and associates lists career options. And one stands out. Join Swiss reinsurance team developing health products. Did one for pandemics. Helped develop a parametric trigger, a reinsurance. We know that there's one in Germany, okay, that Metabiota did. It was reinsurance. Remember the reinsurance company?
I do.
Yeah. Wow. The parametric trigger is a financial instrument that automatically pays out when a pandemic is declared. Developed by someone in Epstein's career placement network. 6 months later, the World Bank issued its first ever pandemic catastrophic bonds structured by Swiss Re. With exactly these triggers. Coronavirus was listed peril. Wow, guys. And look at Jing Yang Kai, former Goldman. Wow. Wow. Okay. And then this one here, 5 years, August 2013, 5 years after Epstein's conviction, an agreement letter addressed William H. Gates states that the Gates specifically requested that Epstein personally serve as the representative of Boris Nikolic. Boris. JD. Wow. Gates waives conflicts of interest, provides broad indemnification. In writing, he had access to every law firm, every advisor, every institution on earth. He chose a registered sex offender to put it on paper. Wow. The question you weren't supposed to ask. Nobody builds a fire station until after the fire. What these documents reveal is a fire station built beside a factory that stores accelerants, owned by the same people who wrote the building code. Wow. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable.
Dude, this is hilarious. I think that everything that has been projected by the left toward the right is now getting ready to come home to roost in the way in the American middle governing mindset in an amazing way as we work our way toward this midterm. I really honestly think that this is going to be a unprecedented 6 months that we're going to go through, along with all of the different stories that we're tracking here and the economy coming online for the first time in 100 years. Treasury bonds are like paying out more. And as the markets of different metals and stuff start to increase and actually represent what these metals are valued at, then the economy starts to grow within that. You're talking like $18 trillion of investment. Do you guys realize that a lot of that stuff that these people claim that they invested last year, they're already building? They're already building these facilities. This stuff is already going on. This is not like what you would think of in the era of like 1995, where they say, oh, we're going to do something, and then it takes them 10 years to get it done. Like, these things are happening. This is value that these companies had on the books whenever they made a promise to President Trump to invest into America, whether it be manufacturing or AI or electrical generation, all these different things, even infrastructure, in production of oil and a number of other things. All these different things are coming online at the same time. Remember, we talked about a rising tide lifts all boats. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now. We're seeing this in a macro scale play out at such a pace that none of the doomers can really keep up with it. And at the same time, all of these narratives about Epstein, all of these things about the Clintons, all these things that we've talked about for years about the corrupt politicians and all of the other the ne'er-do-wells, if you will, that are in the system that are infiltrated and causing chaos. Those people are going to be outed because because the dynamic is you either have, look, we're showing you an example in these cities of where there's no chaos, there's no murder, there's no habitual fraud going on. And then these areas are doing the exact opposite. The American middle can see it, Jeff. I just really feel like the American center that stepped up to put Trump into place, the silent majority, they're not being fooled by the media, guys. They're not being fooled by this Minnesota thing, no matter how much noise they make, man. They're trying to make you feel again like you're the minority, and you aren't.
So Boris Nikolic, Shady Groove.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Q post that says this: be informed. Boris, think for yourself, trust for yourself. And this is a video from Fox News about Dr. Oz explaining the significance for a hydroxychloroquine trial. So that would hurt Boris Nikolic, right? Wouldn't it?
I think so.
If you're, wow, guys, I'm sorry. This could be a Q proof.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Right. So and this was during our show, this drop happened. And somebody by Boris and Natasha asked if Q was real. And I said, yes, Boris and Natasha, Q is real. And then this posted like minutes later, be informed, Boris, think for yourself, trust for yourself. Let's listen to this Dr. Oz thing real quick. Hang on.
Let's bring in Dr. Mehmet Oz, because if you want to really stand up this country again, we got to get a therapy and we got to get a vaccine. And we thought of you right away, Dr. Oz, when it seems South Dakota is going hydroxychloroquine crazy and doing their own trial. New York's using it, but they don't seem to be writing down their results. What is South Dakota doing?
I want to applaud Governor Noem. They teamed up with Stanford Healthcare, which is the largest rural healthcare provider in the country. I've known them for quite a while. I actually was in contact with them this morning just to make sure I got the details right. And here's what the plan is. They're going to do two things. A registry, which would allow them to collect data on all the patients that get treated who are COVID-19 positive. So you come in, you're infected, if you're high risk, or there's another reason that they think you should be treated, they're going to give you the medication. They have up to 100,000 people worth of doses, so they'll treat a lot of folks if they need to and collect data. Equally importantly, they're going to do a prophylactic randomized trial, which means they're going to very precisely take people who are healthcare workers who are clearly exposed, or high-risk people who are exposed, like over the age of 80, over the age of 45 with a comorbidity, or younger than 45 but two comorbidities. Please remember those criteria because they're important. That's how South Dakota is defining high risk. That might be how other states define high risk when it comes to who gets to go out and go back to work and who maybe should wait at home for a little while, because it's those high risk groups that become the majority of the hospitalized patients, the majority of the ICU patients, and ultimately the majority of people who die. So I applaud these guys for doing it. By the way, on my show today, I have the University of Minnesota researchers doing something very similar. A couple thousand patients looking at both prevention in one arm, but treatment in the other arm. And as you know, I spoke to Didier Raoult, the famous French infectious disease specialist. I'm almost going to air that interview today. He's very clear on a couple of things. First, he says hydroxychloroquine in his hands at his institute in Marseille is safe. He met with the French President Macron for 3.5 hours last week to summarize his data, and he'll go through it in details. But fundamentally, he says that 96% of people, there is no virus left at the end of 10 days. And the 4% where there's measured virus in the nose, when they try to actually culture the virus, it doesn't grow. So it means that his patients are becoming less infectious. Now, it's not randomized, but those are just basic observations about his patients. If we could emulate that elsewhere, it would, I think, help us deal with this virus more effectively if it pans out in the South Dakota trial, in the University of Minnesota trial.
So that would hurt their profit on the pandemic, Shady. That's interesting, isn't it?
Of course it is, and that's exactly what it would do. And it's exactly what it would do in the future, too. That's why they needed to keep that all under the lid. Remember, we told you about this way back then, that you're never going to have anything that's introduced into the public that they don't already have a cure for. They already have an antidote, okay? We talked about that with connected to Jesuits bark. Remember that?
Yeah.
Talking about, why did they call that stuff Jesuits bark? Because whenever during the olden days, they would use that to make the king better, to make the people better, and to leave the peasants alone. They weren't trying to give you medicine. It was for the elite.
Olden days.
Olden days.
I love that, Shady. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Like since the olden days?
Since the olden days.
That's amazing.
Wow, man. I think that's pretty interesting.
I think that again,
and it was Munich Re. Munich Re was the reinsurance company that Hunter Biden and Metabiota were using.
Another thing that the Q-tards must be talking about. Yeah.
I don't think they are, Shady.
Oh, really? Isn't it interesting that we're called that, but what we find within Q is always compelling.
Yeah, I think a lot of the QAnon people, because they are infiltrators of the Q drops, they're all against real ID, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
And voter ID.
I noticed that.
But CNN had to admit it today. Check this out, Shady.
photo ID to vote, and the American people are with Nicki Minaj. Because what are we talking about here? So take a look here. Favor voter ID to vote. Look, I got all this polling on the screen going back since 2018. You'll notice on all of it, it's all north of 75%, 76%, 76%, 76%, 81%, and then 83% in the last year of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj. They favor photo ID to be able to vote.
What about by party? What's the party breakdown?
Yeah, normally you might expect, hey, there'd be a big divide by party with Republicans really for it and Democrats really against it. But not really here. I mean, just take a look here. Favor photo ID to vote. You got 95% of Republicans, pretty much all of them, but even 71% of Democrats favor photo ID to vote. So again, Nicki Minaj posting that on X, and what you see is that the American people, actually, it's not really all that controversial. The American people are with Nicki Minaj, whether they are Republican or even if they are Democrats. We're talking about 7 in 10 Democrats agreeing with Nicki Minaj that you, in fact, should show a voter ID to vote.
What's the
I leave that up for just a second. No, put that back up for me. So I want the audience to try to see if they can find the 25% of idiots in America.
They're out protesting ICE.
You're looking at a poll right there. It says 71% Democrats, 95% Republicans. So the 95% Republicans is wrong. They actually ended up with like 5% Democrats in that poll. So that's 100% on the right side. Okay, and so that's going to bring the other side up a couple points to about 73, 74%. Therefore, you're talking 25% of the radical, lunatic left is perfectly represented right there. This is who the media agrees with. This is the 25% that want to keep the illegals. This is the 25% that want to keep the border open. They want to keep DEI. They voted for Kamala Harris. They amplified her vote by double and somehow came up with 70-some million votes. I don't know how they did that. We're working on getting rid of that problem going forward by getting some of these illegals out of here because, Jeff, you know what's being found? It's being found in Ohio, and it's being found in Tennessee, and it's being found in New York. And I would encourage all of you guys to do this. They're going through the voter rolls, and they're finding hundreds of people registered to vote at the same address. So you can take the address and you can plug it in and you can see that there's 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 people all registered to vote at one address. Those people do not live at that address, but every single one of those people will have a vote prepared for them by the state that will be submitted. They don't have to even think or worry about it. Yeah. You guys, you have to understand that I think that my opinion is that we have been derailed from finding the voter fraud. The voter fraud is the illegal immigrants. Millions of illegal immigrants is what is swinging these vote totals. Yes, there is machine fraud, but I do not think that it's machine fraud on the level of millions and millions.
With bringing in people, you get more seats.
Exactly right. And you get more representatives in Congress. And the next thing you know, you're able to overtop the Republicans because you get a majority.
Shady Bad Bunny.
Oh, no.
You ready?
Not a fan.
Are you a fan?
Not a fan.
You like Bad Bunny?
I don't want to be a bunny.
Check this out. Check this out, guys. Oh, my God.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm going to say eyes out.
So this guy couldn't perform because of his contract with the NFL, Shady Groove. That's Bad Bunny. He won Albums of the Year, años. But I'm sure the NFL acted quickly and, said, hey, you know what? We're going to cancel Bad Bunny, right, Shady?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the NFL acted quickly and put ICE out in the end zones of the Super Bowl.
Check it out.
On your second question, I think everybody listen, Bad Bunny is and I think that was demonstrated last night, one of the great artists in the world. And that's one of the reasons we chose him. But the other reason is he understood the platform he was on, and that this platform is used to unite people and to be able to bring people together with their creativity, with their talents, and to be able to use this moment to do that. And I think artists in the past have done that. I think Bad Bunny understands that, and I think he'll have a great performance.
Yeah. So So Bad Bunny, is he hates ICE. He mocks English-only fans, okay? He might twirl in a dress honoring drag queens, and he drops satanic-adjacent songs. This halftime show isn't unity. It's a cultural conquest, Shady.
You think that's the guys for the NFL will be able to understand how to use a microphone?
What the hell?
He was chewing on the microphone.
Oh, I was like, what the hell's going on?
I was like, you think the guy at the NFL can use a microphone? Because he's like sticking it all the way down his mouth to like talk to us. Bad Bunny is like who is this guy? Have you ever heard one thing from this dude?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Bad Bunny? And why are we talking about? Like, why is the NFL not stepping up and saying that you're not allowed to talk against federal law enforcement in America? And guess who it is that has to secure the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Wait. Who has to secure the Super Bowl? The state that the Super Bowl is in? Is that who
you
secures
do?
the
Your
Super Bowl?
taxpayers' dollars.
Oh, my federal dollars have to go in the federal dollars that fund federal law enforcement? That jackass is out there saying ICE out. We're not allowed to have federal law. Maybe you shouldn't have any security then, Jackrabbit. Little Mr. Bunny, what the hell ever you are.
Here's Bad Bunny right here. Check it out.
Fans are reporting that they felt a demonic presence when attending Bad Bunny's recent concert. Fans even started to make it into a meme by taking videos saying that the concert just feels demonic. But it became extremely dark when this song Botanico came on, where there were masked demons dancing all over him and the concert turned all red. Even the music video to this song is extremely dark. It's this monster looking thing that creeps up into the room, and it actually ends up becoming Bad Bunny himself. Those who attended this concert are even advising people, if you're gonna go see Bad Bunny's concert, then schedule your bathroom breaks whenever this song comes on. And at one point, those demons that were around him, you can't really see because the concert gets really dark, but they start grabbing and pulling on him like he's being sacrificed or something. If you've seen my old videos, you know that this is no surprise because he's been showing this symbolism for quite some time now, and it was only a matter of time until this started happening in real life in concerts. You're looking at the man who had the second most streams in the world on Spotify in 2023.
That's Bad Bunny.
He's like depicting Nosferatu, whatever that stuff is. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah. So, it's fun because I've always loved watching that Super Bowl. Now we got a Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl halftime show, but they're always satanic rituals.
I know, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to, well, maybe not so much whenever we were young, but the last 20 years, they're pretty much hitting the mark every time.
Ever since Justin Timberlake pulled off the nipple cover of Janet Jackson.
I think that might have been the point where it turned.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good marker. Like before that, it was wholesome, American, down home entertainment, and then it became pseudo pornographic Satanism.
And he's also got allegations of sexual assault against an employee and a friend, Shady Grove.
Yeah, well, I would believe that. I would say there's probably more than one.
And in Puerto Rico, tagged a wave of allegations against men from pedophilia, sex abuse, assault, and other nasty infractions hit socials, namely Twitter. Two owners of a luxury yacht company targeting underage girls, okay? On Sunday, he added, for the record, associate Bad Bunny, Jesus Hernandez, and Churchariato or whatever. He's on some Bad Bunny songs and seen in videos. The woman alleging that equates to rape. She does not use this word grape specifically, but she says it's part of Bad Bunny's crew.
Is that him in the dress?
Yeah, Shady. You like him?
It really does.
He stole your dress, Shady. Are you pissed?
Doesn't match his eyes.
I know. You should. So turn it off, says LG Mag. I know, but you know what? We're just trying to. Yeah, we're gonna watch the TPUSA. My name is Kid. Bob with the bod, the bang, the dang, diggy. That's what I'm gonna watch, Shady.
At least you did. At least we were already off Facebook before you just attempted a Facebook strike.
What was the Facebook strike?
I have no idea. You just said that we were taken off Facebook, so I was just saying that if you would
because I copyrighted a song,
you would have copyrighted the song. But yeah, no, you're not even allowed to sing it. From what I understand, like you're not allowed to do any type of stuff like that, Jeff. Or YouTube as well. So
well, if you consider that copyright, I'm doing really good at my.
Doing a great impression. You did it, dude. Spot on is all I can say.
Ball with the ball, the bang, dang, diggy, diggy, diggy. Said the boogie said up, jump the boogie.
That's you got hung up on the up.
Come on, let's go.
You got hung up just a little bit, but you did good.
Geez, I tell you guys, I get no respect.
I would be respectful if you'd have brought some bunny lyrics. I mean, I think that's what's relevant to the conversation. Is like, what does this guy sing about? He seems like the NFL guy up there. He seemed like he was really. I guarantee you, if you were to set that dude down that couldn't use a microphone and say, "Hey, man, you really impressed with this Booney guy? Why don't you tell me like what's one name of his song is since you're so impressed?" Can we have Nicki Minaj there instead?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm advocating for. I went and looked.
Never thought of it. I never thought that we. I
went and looked up lyrics, and it's like that's not good either.
I know, but you know what? She has the right idea now. Again, it's part of the awakening, possibly, Shady.
I mean, everybody has different taste. I don't want to be a bunny.
Ball with the ball, the dang, diggy, diggy. All right, where are we at? So I'm just trying to do a refresh, see if we got any things here. Nope, we don't got nothing. Jeez,
we got nothing.
And apparently, Yeti's whole building lost power.
Oh no! How are we still here?
I have no idea.
How do we get out of here?
I have no idea.
I don't think that we can leave without a Yeti.
I have no idea. Rock Chip says, I saw a guy report that the NFL has a contract with Jay-Z's entertainment company to put together the halftime shows. Yeah, Rock Chip. And, it was interesting. Nicki Minaj was outing Jay-Z on her X feed, too. Pretty crazy. Wow. Do we have a Yeti?
It acts like he's on battery backup. So
is he?
My whole building lost power. I'm here on battery. Let's go. Did he tell us the other day we had like 4 minutes or something once we hit battery power?
I think so. So we better get on out of here.
We got some sort of like weird warning, like you've only got so much time once the power goes out.
It's so funny. He goes, "I'm here on battery backup. Let's go."
I'm here on battery backup too. This is animatronic, Shady.
Animatronic, just like the deer at Jekyll Island, Shady.
That's exactly right. Yes, I copied it, made a perfect replica of Shady, stuck him in the chair. I'm out fishing.
So I want to play a song that I made a vow to, Shady. It was that poem by somebody anonymous that was on that one website. I can't remember the guy's name, but I've always loved it, and it was still there. And I'm like, oh my God. It's called Children of Tomorrow. And I vowed to myself that I would never let this happen. I'm going to be one in my generation that actually won't have to apologize to the children of tomorrow, Shady. Because by our silence, you consented, guys.
That is right.
We didn't choose to circumvent. I did. Shady did. You guys are choosing to circumvent. The doom they will not see because we've escaped. But I've always loved this poem, and I put it to music, and we're going to go out with it, Shady Grove. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Shady.
God bless you. Thank you again for another great episode here. Each and every one of you have a wonderful afternoon, and we will see you guys on Trump Day. Trump Day Wednesday.
Trump Day. All right, here we go.
Children of tomorrow, I apologize to you on behalf of those in my time for the things we didn't do. We didn't stop the tyrants so your fate could be prevented. We watched them steal our freedom. By silence we consented. We didn't choose to circumvent the doom you've not escaped, while the Bill of Rights was murdered and the Constitution raped. Us were lazy, others too afraid to think about our children, the ones we have betrayed. I guess we were too busy to be concerned or care, to try to ease the burden of the chains we made you wear. We could have been good shepherds when the wolf got in the fold, but we watched the flame of freedom die instead and left you cold.
Not gonna happen on our watch, guys. God bless you all.
I'm sorry we were timid, my selfish generation. We left you but a remnant of a free and prosperous nation. I'm sorry for our actions, like cowards we behaved. We could have left you freedom, instead you are enslaved. I'm sorry we were timid, my selfish generation. We left you but a remnant of a free and prosperous nation. I'm sorry for our actions, like cowards we behaved. We could have left you freedom, instead you are enslaved. In children of tomorrow, descendants of our land, I'm sorry we allowed this, the fate you now withstand.
Children of tomorrow. Not gonna happen. We got you. Thank you, MG Show. God bless you all. www.mg.show. Boom.